Okay, we're back now. And of course, I'm out of power. Imagine that. Why am I out of power? Oh. That's why I'm out of power. Ran dry. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Oh, gotta get this going so I can get the chainsaw so I can get some more fuel in the machines. I'm not nowhere near full yet. And then I gotta reorganize everything. Lovely. Okay. Almost there. A little more. Just a little more. There we go.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated, fun, fun, fun.
Some more wire. So 60. There, okay. And then this right here. You don't know what that one was at. 60 just in case. Alright. What was it at again? sure we. Can I set this one here up to that? I can't. I'm gonna. Okay. Back there for a while. And I gotta redesign all this shit. Okay.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Okay. What else? Do that one. Production. We need copper. Some new line. I don't think we're ready for that yet. Okay.
Congratulations on a successful experiment. Now back to work.
Well. Okay. There, now I'm not gonna fucking fall down there again. Like I did like the last 2 times. Okay.
Yes, yes, well done.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess I'll do that one. And then that's that, so I'll have one more in front. Here. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Alright, there's that. There's those. Okay. So I need to get 3 of those going into what, probably 2 smelters? 2 or 3 smelters. And then copper. I just want copper wire. Okay. So that's all hooked up, that's all hooked up, that's all hooked up. Now I gotta get some power things in here. Alright, so put one here. And one here. And one here. And one here. So alright, so that one's all full. That one's going, that one's going, that one's going. This right here will be this right here. This right here, and this run over to this one right here. Okay. Okay. Right, so I need to get another one of those going. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. Alright, so that's going. Okay. Oh, no, you want that one. What a smelter. There we go. And 2 of them should do. Sure we'll have it home. And then this is where this comes in handy. Missing plates. Shit. Okay. I got this. Okay. Being made. Give me just a, give me a second. I had to switch over to mute myself. I'm just playing Stacks Factory. It's a building game. It's not epic. You pretty much just build a big factory, pretty much. Not a clue. Tell you the truth. Okay. I started playing it the other day. What, Soulframe? Alright, I need some more of those. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna play this for a while and then probably switch it into another game, but I don't know what yet. Yup. Thursday, I believe. Yep, and Diablo's doing launching theirs Thursday too. We just we watched me and Sacco earlier watched the campfire about it. Fucking people are fucking pissed about it, so because they promised shit that they pretty much they promised stuff that they're not doing pretty much. So no, not Path of Exile, Diablo 4. That is coming out. Their new season comes out the same day as Path of Exile 2, Thursday. That's what we watched the campfire about. Fucking people are pissed about it because they're pretty much doing the same thing that they did before and shit, like they did at the beginning. Brought shit back that nobody liked. And they promised a bunch of shit that they're pretty much not gonna bring in. So, and when people ask why Thursday, they say pretty much they say because we can. I'm really shocking fucking two of these fucking things are actually working for all this. Oh. Yeah. Like I said. Yep. Yep, they're supposed to bring back the tower milestones, a bunch of other shit, I believe. I know the tower's not coming in and some other stuff's not coming in like they promised. They're pretty much going back to your gear's pretty much just toughness shit. Like it was at the beginning when they first launched the game. A bunch of other stuff that they did, and people were like, "Why are you going pretty much backwards?" Nobody wanted that. That's why you changed it. It should be the latest campfire, yes. No, it's not it's not strength. It's the resistance shit. They're pretty much the resistance. What I heard was their resistance. Like all your resistance goes to toughness again. It's all about toughness, not resistance. Pretty much out of the picture again. There's a whole thing about it you can watch. I haven't fully watched it. I just was listening in when Saka was watching it, so. Yeah, he sent you. I think he sent you the part of it. I believe. I'm not sure what all he sent you. I'm thinking about fucking watching it. Yeah, I'm thinking about watching it here in a second. Well, I'm waiting for the shit. No, it's not. It's not just that. It's just a bunch of shit that they're fucking pretty much they're doing. Well, how I got it was what I understood was they're pretty much reverting back to what they were at the beginning, pretty much when they first launched the game, where they fucking lost a lot of fucking people because the game was shit. No, I don't know because fucking the way they fucking said it, they're like, pretty much Blizzard said we don't give a fuck pretty much. That's pretty much how they, to me, and the way they sounded, that's pretty much the way they wanted it. Like okay, whatever. I was like pretty much whatever, fuck you, pretty much. That's how I got out of it. I'll watch it here on stream here in just a second here. I just gotta go find it. Alright. I got it pulled up on my stream now. All Are you watching the campfire?
Watch the one there you sent me.
Oh, you're watching, what's it say? To talk about it? Okay. I'm actually watching the Dev's campfire shit, I believe.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
Also another thing. You know, they could be pulling everybody's leg. Okay.
Coming with the 230 PTR realm.
Alright, there we go.
My name is Marcus Kretz, and I'm a community manager here at Blizzard Entertainment. And today I'm joined by some new and familiar faces to the stream, which we're really excited to get into. Liam, welcome to the stream. Do you want to introduce yourself
For
and tell everybody
sure.
what you do on Diablo?
Hello, I am Liam. I'm an associate game designer here on Diablo. I'm always caffeinated and I'm excited to be here.
Hey, I'm Aislinn. I'm a systems designer on the Final Design team, and
For
I'm
what?
also happy to be here and probably not as caffeinated as Liam, but sometimes I wish I was.
Hey everyone, I'm Charles Dunn. I'm a game designer, work on class design on the Final Design team, and I had some
What
coffee
game?
this morning, so I'm feeling pretty good about it.
It's good to be. And coming in all the way from downtown Albany, New York, Mr. Dan Tangway, how much caffeine have you had today?
So you're gonna spend
Hey
40
everybody,
bucks
I'm
then?
Dan Tangway. I have had 0 caffeine today. I'm not allowed to have that stuff anymore. So. But yeah, I am the design director for live services, and yeah, I'm excited to share what we've got cooking.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Great to have you here, Dan. And yeah, we're really excited to dive into everything coming with the 230 PTR realm. It's going to be live from May 27th till June 3rd. We're going to be getting into everything coming with that today. However, it's been about a month since Season 8 launched, Belal's return. We've all gotten in and gotten some fantastic boss powers. So, you know, I know we wanted to take a moment to sort of address and see where things are currently sitting in the game. So, like, Aislinn, how do you feel things have been since the start of Season 8?
Yeah, so yeah, we just love to
Oh,
talk a
mine-
little bit about
This is my
how
the
has Season 8
wrong
gone.
one. Oh, this is
Like,
6 months ago. I need the newest one.
I mean, I wouldn't need a real expensive one.
There we
Like two or three people on it.
Nope, that's not it.
Should cost like $40 for that.
When I looked, it was exactly 40 bucks for a good server, or unless you want to spend a cheap server, it's like 10 bucks.
I could run it off my fast ass PC if I wanted to.
So that's literally to buy a server. That's literally what it said. I don't want to interact to somebody who's already did it. I gotta look for this now. Give me a second here.
According to this guy, he says the strength thing ain't gonna fucking makes them 10 times more stronger. So the strength is just nothing.
No, it's not. It's not the strength part. It's the fucking resistance. I believe people were talking about.
Well, so okay, so okay, hold on. So resistant is a thing to keep you alive, right? From lightning, acid, blah blah blah, right? So are people expecting their characters to be so strong that they don't
Okay,
accidentally
let's
die
stream.
once or twice?
I tell you the truth, Zoo, I do not know. All I know is they're changing a bunch of shit that they pretty much did at the beginning, and people are fucking pissed about it because they're pretty much reverting back to what they were at. I'm trying to find the actual dev live stream of it right now, so give me just a second here.
I mean, I can understand, about the resistance and stuff, but when you play a game, you can't expect to be so goddamn powerful that you never fucking die in a video game.
No, it's not that.
Because the resistance is what keeps you from taking damage from what the bosses and the creatures that they use on you would be like, poison, electric, or whatever else they use to wear down your character. And to have a high resistance means that you would never die.
No, like I said, I do not know exactly what it is. Yeah, I haven't fully. We were listening to another person do it. I'm trying to actually find the fucking dev stream right now, so give me just a sec.
Oh, you can go straight to Diablo's website and it'll be right there. They'll have their video there.
There we go. Okay, I found it here. It was actually on the fucking Twitch is this thing. They live stream it on Twitch, and they do a YouTube video of it.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our
there we go.
latest developer update stream. We will be diving into everything coming with Season of Divine Intervention, which is arriving on December 11th, rolling out around 8:30 p.m. We've got a big show for you today. I'm joined by some very familiar faces, some new ones, but some familiar ones, to take you through everyone.
If you want to watch it with me, I'll live stream it for you.
Welcome back to the stream.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm Aislinn. I typically work on Seasons. I'm on the Final Design team as a systems designer.
And hi, my name is Owen Leach. I am the lead encounter designer. I'm also the seasons designer.
To my knowledge, yes. This is.
Put out one, then retracted that one and put out this
Hi,
one.
I'm Charles.
To my knowledge, this is supposed to be like an up version of it, pretty much. What I heard.
Date on that one.
Today.
PSA for everyone at home, we have cut the AC in here, and there's a lot of us, so it is
They literally it was 4 hours
gonna
ago.
be regretting our
This
holiday
one's
sweater.
literally 4 hours ago.
But yeah, for all you watching at home, we do have a Twitch drop for the stream. Be sure to link your account and watch any eligible channel, and you'll
If you're on Twitch, just go watch it. Just watch my stream.
So
You watch it right there.
It should be live by now, so yeah, check it out in any eligible channel. So
Just click.
we've got a ton to cover.
Just click on the fucking link in chat.
We had the PTR back in October, which feels like ages ago, but we got a ton of feedback. Thank you all for jumping in. Right now, we're just about to wrap up season.
Well, it's
season
going.
Eternal Chaos. If you haven't gotten Pandora,
First I know it's going because I'm watching it right now.
objectives. Throughout the stream, we're going to get into PTR learnings. We're going to look at the changes coming.
Go
with,
to
and then towards the
this.
end of the stream,
Yeah, go
we're
to
gonna
Discord and share and go
Q&A. So if you
to
have questions
self
already,
promotion.
we will have
The
members
very
of
bottom.
the
It
team
says
throughout the stream, and then right
that,
at the
so.
end, we will jump into Q&A. But before we do that, we do have an excellent asset prep for you guys. We can check out.
No,
the
okay, go into
everything
Discord.
coming with season
Actually, like
of
we're in now.
So we'll take a look.
Hold on one second. Let me pause it real fast. Okay, are you in the Discord right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you scroll down and you see welcome, general, and that shit. Go to stream, or streams. Not stream highlight, but the one below that one.
Let's see here. Chilling room, Fortnite, Battlefield.
All the way down, past the AFK. He says welcome, general, memes only, clips and video channel. Yeah, go to streams. And click on Twitch. It's the very bottom one.
Yeah, it says you're not. Okay. Start watching.
So.
Okay, so let me see this. It says.
Hey, ask Brandon. FaceTime video.
1 second.
Welcome, everyone, to our Season of Divine Intervention Developer Update. I'm Art Peshkov, and today I'm excited to share some updates coming to Diablo 4. Let's dive right in, starting with itemization. Tempering and masterworking are getting a big overhaul. We've refocused these systems on what matters most: customization and prestige. From now on, there will be no more random rolls. You will now be able to select the specific temper you want. While these tempered affixes have various ranges on them, there is now a chance for the applied affix to be a greater affix. While items can now only have one tempered affix, as opposed to two, we're increasing the number of base affixes found on non-unique items from 3 to 4. Lastly, tempering charges can be restored indefinitely. Masterworking now improves the overall quality of your item, giving a direct bonus to its affixes, as well as base damage, armor, or resistance.
You can't hear it?
Masterwork your items up to a maximum quality threshold of 25.
Alright, try. Can you hear it now?
Once you hit that max quality, you get one final roll for a capstone bonus.
A little bit.
This capstone bonus, Masterwork.
Make sure your things turn up.
Boosts its value by 50%. This boost stacks with the greater affix bonus and the effects of quality. You'll be able to re-roll that masterworked affix.
This is maxed out right now.
Your hard-earned masterworking quality. These changes are designed to give you more control, more excitement, and more opportunities to build your perfect character.
1 second.
In an effort to better equalize effective health across classes and builds, we're making several changes to the way effective health interacts with damage reduction and how those individual stats are calculated. Our goal is to streamline player defenses while properly testing them as you climb through difficulty tiers, putting more emphasis on gearing your builds towards survivability. Potions are
yeah,
now
it's on
more
your end
impactful
because
and
fucking
tactical than ever.
I just
First
logged
off,
into
your base
my
potion
phone
capacity
and
is now set to 4,
I
no
can
matter
hear it
your
perfectly
previous
fine.
renown progress.
And I have my brother
Everyone
logged into
starts
his computer.
with
You can
4
hear it, okay.
potions. And here's the real game changer.
So
Potion
stuff is gonna
healing
do on
now
your end.
instant and percentage based. Whenever you use a potion, you'll heal for 35% of your total health immediately. But that's not all. In addition to the potions you pick up, you'll slowly regenerate a potion every 30 seconds. So even in the heat of battle, you'll have a steady supply coming your way. To balance things out, we're bringing back Life on Hit as a potential affix. We've also boosted the values for life regeneration, life on kill, and healing percent. These stats are now easier to find and more powerful than before. And finally, healing potion upgrades are gone. Since potions now heal a portion of your overall health, upgrades just aren't needed. These changes are designed to make every potion use count, giving you more ways to stay alive and thrive in Sanctuary. To work in tandem with the updates to healing and potions, Fortify is shifting from a type of damage reduction to something much more dynamic. An additional reservoir of life that's drained to heal you over time. Here's how it works. Whenever you gain Fortify, it will now stack up to your maximum life. And when you're below your maximum life, you'll heal for a percentage of your maximum life per second, in exchange for an equal amount of Fortify. This redesign is all about giving you more ways to survive the tough battles and strategize your defenses as you climb through the difficulty tiers.
Get ready to fight tougher,
Fortify was on there at the
smarter elites
beginning,
as you fight your way
and-
through Sanctuary. Monsters will now react and adapt to combat, driven by their express desire to end your life.
Before
Each
we
monster has its
discussed
own
it,
clear
let's
role and
finish
identity
watching.
when fighting, so you'll notice their behavior is no longer predictable. They'll be more dynamic in how they respond to you in battle. Expect your defenses to be tested. These intelligent packs will deal damage more regularly, and you'll need to stay sharp. Monster affixes are now more powerful, making them a priority to deal with before moving on to other enemies. Monster packs will also group up less, making them harder to take out in one fell swoop. Their tactics have improved, and so yours should too. And for those seeking a challenge, Champion Enemy Rarity has been reworked to form Champion Packs. Get ready to face a whole new level of challenge in Sanctuary. First up, we've added over 20 new monster affixes for you to learn and conquer. That means every elite encounter will feel fresh and challenging. But that's not all. Elites now spawn with minions that inherit some of their affixes, making each battle even more dynamic and unpredictable. We've also taken a close look at enemy affixes overall, making them more engaging, reducing overlap in their design, and improving visual clarity so you can better strategize in the heat of combat. In the seasonal realm, hellish activities are now under siege by the baleful lesser evils, each bringing their own brand of malice. Duriel dominates Helltide. Belial rules the pit. And Dariel commands the Kurast Undercity. Meanwhile, Azmodan stalks across Sanctuary, appearing as the first new world boss in multiple locations. But that's not all. Just south of Zarbinzet, you'll find 3 summoning altars where Azmodan can be called forth at will. Each altar invokes Azmodan with powers borrowed from one of the other 3 lesser evils. And as you battle these enemies, defeating them with their respective purified or corrupted gifts will grant you divine favor. This divine favor levels up your divine gifts and helps you progress through the seasonal reputation board. This season, the Angel Hadriel has returned to Sanctuary, bringing rare boons to aid you in the fight against the newly returned lesser evils. Hadriel shares a fraction of the power of the high heavens, and these blessings manifest as divine gifts, offering you both great rewards and exciting opportunities. Each divine gift has 3 components: a reward, a corrupted gift, and a purified gift. Within your inventory's divine gifts panel, you can slot these gifts in 2 ways. Place them in the interior slot to activate the purified gift. Place them in the exterior slot to activate the corrupted gift. When slotted, your divine gift will trigger its reward bonus, increasing the benefits for that specific gift. Corrupted gifts make related activities more challenging, but still grant the reward bonus. Purified gifts, on the other hand, remove the negative effect, add a positive effect, and double the reward gained. Corrupted gift slots are unlocked automatically. To unlock purified gift slots, progress through the seasonal reputation board.
Sanctification is your chance to channel the power of the angels and infuse it directly into your items. When you sanctify an item, here's what can happen. Your item gains bonus quality. Replace an existing affix with a random sanctified affix. An existing affix could be upgraded into a powerful greater affix. Add a bonus affix from a special pool of sanctified affixes. Gain a bonus legendary power. Once you sanctify an item, it becomes unmodifiable. That's the final step in your item's journey, so make it count.
We're introducing Season Rank as an update to our previous player progression system, Season Journey. This update introduces a change to how players progress through seasons, with a slew of new challenges ahead. Let's talk first about tiers. Each tier now requires you to complete a challenge, usually a capstone dungeon, before you can move up to the next rank. If you're up for it, you don't have to wait for the recommended level or difficulty. This means you can now enter Torment before max level, if you can beat max level challenges early. So, if you're feeling brave, you can take on these capstone dungeons early and push your limits. Some of the notable rewards, alongside skill points and Paragon points, will be gaining access to Pit and Tower after beating Capstone 2, gaining access to seasonal laurels at rank 3, receiving the seasonal pet after Capstone 5, access to gilded laurels at rank 7. Let's talk about Capstone Dungeons, because they're back and ready to test your progress as you climb through the difficulty tiers. These dungeons are designed to challenge you at every step of your journey. And here's something important to remember. Even though each Capstone Dungeon lists a suggested level, their difficulty doesn't scale with your current level. So plan your approach carefully. Here's a look into the journey ahead. Within the seasonal realm, you can earn additional benefits tied to your player progress through the new season rank system. Completing various challenges within each rank will unlock specific benefits. And when you finish an entire rank, you'll earn powerful bonuses. Season rank rewards additional skill points at ranks 1 through 3, and Paragon points at ranks 3 through 6. With these changes, your renown will only stand permanently in the Eternal Realm. And don't forget, the potion capacity changes also affect the Eternal Realm. And for those exploring Sanctuary, Altars of Lilith and Tenets of Akarat will continue to grant some experience and minor rewards, but not permanent stats or power.
And now for our class updates. A fan-favorite Chaos perk for Sorceress from the Season of Infernal Chaos, Mana Shield, has inspired a redesign to the mythic unique Melted Heart of Selig. Now, all classes will be able to access a massively increased resource pool that also functions as your life total. Sorceress's new unique weapon, Orsivane, grants you great power, but only if you build your character like a glass cannon and avoid using defensive skills. For each defensive skill you are not using, you gain increased damage and access to its associated enchantment effect. What is better than one golem? How about 3 slightly smaller golems instead? Necromancer's new unique mace, Gravebloom, grows your golem army. And should one golem fall, it comes back even faster. Whether using Gravebloom or not, casting your golem's active skill will now command your other minions to focus their attacks on your new target. This season, rogues are doing a Dance of Death, or rather, a Dance of Knives with Death's Pavane. These unique pants cause your Dance of Knives to drop knives from enemies hit, and picking them up further empowers your Dance of Knives. Additionally, Shadow Clone's targeting logic has been updated, and will now target the same enemy that you initially targeted with your skill. This dramatically improves Shadow Clone's consistency when using skills that require precise aiming, like Penetrating Shot and Rapid Fire. Druid's new unique boots, Khamsin Stepwalkers, is one of the most potent mobility items in the game. Build up charge with your nature magic skills, and at max stacks, you gain the maximum possible movement speed and unhindered, and you immobilize enemies you pass through. With the rework to the Bad Omen passive, you will also be constantly zapping all the enemies along the way. Barbarians love a good brawl, but Chain-Scourged Mail changes everything you know about brawling. Casting a brawling skill will disable it afterwards, and once you have cast every brawling skill on your bar, they are all re-enabled with their cooldowns refreshed. The more skills you chain together in your brawling combo, the bigger the damage boost. Spiritborn are always on the move, and with Path of the Emissary, the more you move, the more you attack. These unique boots constantly unleash core skills from your primary Spirit Hall as you traverse the battlefield. Want to do even more damage while moving? Rushing Claw has received a massive buff as well. Combine these to absolutely shred the monsters of Sanctuary.
A new challenge is coming to Sanctuary, one designed to test the mettle of the most battle-hardened warriors. Introducing the Tower. This is a multi-stage, timed dungeon built for the elite. While the pit pushes you to your limits in the depths, the tower rises to match you against others who think themselves worthy. We're launching the tower as a brand new game mode, and this is just the beginning. We plan to update the tower through multiple seasons, and your feedback will help shape its future. The tower was built with our new monster combat changes in mind. You'll need to master the latest enemy tactics to gain the upper hand and climb to the top. You'll unlock the tower through the obelisk in Karagar. Here's how it works. Fight through multiple floors, each with randomized layouts and monster families. Progress by defeating monsters and collecting orbs. The tougher the monster, the higher their value. During your run, pylons appear as you make progress. You're guaranteed to see 4 pylons in every tower run. The first 3 will appear in a random order, but you'll always get each option at least once. The 4th pylon will be a random repeat of one of the previous 3. Orbs drop from elites, champions, and goblins, so keep an eye out for those high-value targets. With the arrival of the tower, leaderboards are making their triumphant return to Diablo 4. This is where the best of the best will compete for the top spot. After your tower run, you'll see the tower tier you completed and your final time. There will be separate leaderboards for hardcore and normal modes, so everyone has a chance to shine. We have big plans for leaderboards. For now, we're focused on introducing the core functionality, collecting feedback, and planning ahead for future updates. Tower and leaderboards will be enabled later in the season, so stay tuned for updates through our upcoming blogs and notes. These are just a few of the exciting updates coming in the Season of Divine Intervention. See you all in Sanctuary.
That's just that part. Now they're gonna start talking and shit and taking I think questions
okay.
from the.
That was a lot. That was a lot. There's a
chat.
ton coming this season. I didn't mention it earlier, but the patch notes for the upcoming season and the blog are now live. So for anything we chat about across the stream, you can go and check those out. Following the stream, we'll have a ton of additional information in there. But if you have any other questions, also don't forget, drop those in Twitch chat because we will be collecting them throughout the stream. But yeah, we got to talk about, we had our PTR back in October. We had a ton of feedback. We're all really excited to get into it. So Owen, I mean, the Lesser Evils are back. Hadriel's back. Yeah. Asmodan's here. He's back with all his piercings and whatnot. So
all the piercings.
All the piercings are back.
2 very specific piercings. Yeah. But no, yeah, we're super excited. The Season of Divine Intervention, heaven and hell battling it out.
They're fucking peaks so
really
fucking loud.
So
holy
I want to
shit.
talk a bit about sort of our PTR learnings and sort of what we've changed from PTR to what we're going to release. So there's a lot of little things that we changed, and I encourage you to read those patch notes. So I'll focus mainly on the things that people maybe want to hear the most or that they dislike the most. So going through the different Lesser Evil invasion activities, we'll start with the pit. So with Belial, some of you
I just turned it down because fucking
like Syndrome, if you
they're when they're fucking in there talking, they're
he'd have to
peeking.
give his whole death speech before you actually won the pit run. We fixed that. You killed Belial.
I'll turn it back up, but
we did some improvements on the eyeballs that you had to click in the pit. It's very difficult in the pit to click something specifically, especially on controller. So now if you just
it's stopping on your end because fucking I can hear it fine on my phone, and everybody else can hear it fine.
We also got feedback on the Belial ambush things. He'll pop up and do an attack, and he'll taunt you. And
even on the fucking
that did a knockback and was happening fairly often. We got some pretty
on the
strong
thing
feedback
over here.
maybe that was annoying. So we got rid of the feedback. We had him pop
way
up
out there.
less,
So,
but the pit is fresh. It's awesome. We really encourage you to check it out. We also did a ton of updates to the Undercity, but again, just to focus on the high-level ones of some specific pain points. We reduced the time stealing effects in the Undercity a lot. Indara would show up and she would steal a lot of different time with her different attacks. We reduced that a lot. Her Nightmare Dungeon affixes that we sort of imposed upon the Undercity, we reduced those as well, just to make it a little more engaging and less punishing. We don't want to make it 10 times more difficult, but it's still really fresh, and Easton's going to talk about all the awesome changes we made to things like loot for the Undercity and stuff like that. We fixed the bug where we weren't even dropping Undercity tributes, so those will show up and you can use those. I totally encourage you to check it out. And then there's this stupid quirk with the Andariel boss fight.
Thanks for the follow, Zero.
Where like she would be stuck in a phase transition until she played her whole animation.
I thought you already followed
We
me.
fixed that. If
So.
you bring her down past the life threshold, you can just nuke her. You're not gonna have to sit there and watch her.
She's just dramatic.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's very dramatic. Yeah, the anguish for our player, right? We updated Helltide. Everybody loved that screen vignette effect. No, I'm just kidding. We took the screen vignette effect off. That was causing some motion sickness stuff. So if that was bothering you, that's gone now. You may have also noticed that the XP globes that maggots were dropping were a little overtuned in the fact that you could gain 40 levels in 2 minutes. So obviously we reduced that to make it more in line with the intended pace of the game. We added new Helltide commanders, a bunch of new enemies, so it'll feel even fresher than it was in PTR. And then lastly, we gave Duriel some more attacks. So if you don't pay attention, he will eat you and he will kill you. So have fun with that.
Nice.
And then the last event, that's Azmodan. So we got such great feedback on Azmodan,
Maybe.
and people love seeing him back. And it's the first time that all 4 Lesser Evils are together in a Diablo game. Like, super exciting. And we didn't change too much about that. The only
I
thing
don't
we
know.
changed was in the How Is Our Overland event. Well, first and foremost, you're not going to gain 40 levels anymore from killing a world boss. Obviously, yeah, it was missed a 0 or something at some point, but all world bosses will reward appropriate level of the XP. So, yeah. Sorry for your speed living strats that guides that.
Yeah, I have no clue what's going on.
We also added
with their
resilience
shit.
to that How Was Our events to prevent just
Yeah,
one tapping
because
when he would show up. So
like I said, I'm watching it from
as
2
you do
different
whenever
angles,
world boss fight.
and
And then we also updated the lesser
It's-
evil influences. So
it's fine
if
for
you're not
me.
familiar with the How Was Our event, you could interact with shrines from Andariel or Duriel and Belial, and that would affect the Azmodan boss fight. We updated those to be a lot clearer and a lot more obvious as to like what is happening from those and a lot more deadly. So it will matter which one you pick. So really excited to see sort of how you react to the new added twists on the Azmodan world boss. So the other part I want to talk about is Evolved Monster Combat. So we were just sort of blown away by the reception of Evolved Monster Combat. Folks really enjoyed the added challenge, the 20 plus new affixes that we added. But again, there were some pain points, so we wanted to focus on 2 specific areas for improvement, and that is the spikiness as well as the visual clarity. So I'll talk about spikiness first. Spikiness in 2 ways. One, the damage. We looked across the board at all the different new affixes and identified any outliers that were dealing just too much damage or weren't obvious enough in terms of where they're going to hit, things like that, and just standardize that damage so you don't run into a tower run and you're like, well, that guy's got Crackling Soul, F this, I'm out, right? Like, no, so nothing will be exponentially more punishing than anything else. And we also looked at the spikiness of CC. We heard you loud and clear that maybe there was too much CC or you didn't, it was happening too often or you didn't see it coming. So we took a good hard look at all CC that was being applied by our elite affixes. We created some rules that bound how often it can show up or how long it will last and created standardization across the board. We also just reduced generally how often they appear. And we also focused a lot on the lower level player experience to make sure that from the get-go you're not getting smoked by all these new combat changes. And I'm sure some of the other folks will talk a little bit more about that. And then the last part is our visual clarity. There was a lot of feedback that maybe some of the things were harder to see what was happening or they were getting killed from things they never saw. So we did a lot. We did a visual pass on all of our affixes. We even updated the visuals on elites and champions, so they had a little bit of an aura, but now they're going to have like a blue and yellow shimmer to them, so they'll stand out amongst the pack. So we even removed the overhead icons to try to reduce that visual noise. So now when an elite with 5 minions show up, you're not going to have what's 4 times whatever I just said, 6, right? Yeah, 24 different little icons across the board. You'll still see it when you hover your mouse over it, so you'll know what affixes they have, but it'll just feel clearer and crisper, and it'll feel much better. So we're really excited. We appreciate all the feedback from PTR, and we think that combat is in the best spot it's ever been since D4's launch.
I actually remember the first time I got to go in and test Evolved Monster Combat. I didn't realize we were actually like making them have like the blue icons and like blue and yellow. And I remember seeing it and I was just like, this is awesome. So I'm super excited for you guys to try it out. If you didn't try it on the PTR, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, and I think too, like with Season of Divine Intervention, there's so many times you're gonna be fighting Belial and Dariel. So like, I know there's a lot of feedback around speeding up those phases, so having those changes in so that now you can skip a few of those phases and just get those fights kind of done more quickly, especially because you're going to be running them so often. Is really nice to see. But yeah, for people, if you haven't played in a few seasons, jumping into this Evolved Monster Combat, it's going to feel really different. I know I heard a designer like a few days ago saying like, hey, we expect players to die. So keep your feedback coming because it should be challenging. But hopefully, yeah, we can strike that right balance. And speaking of players, if you haven't been around for a while, we've got some very exciting changes coming to itemization with this next season. Turns out tempering will no longer be random. You'll be able to select the temper that you want on your item. So Art, I mean, we got a lot of feedback from the PTR. We got changes to masterworking. We've got sanctification coming this season. It's a really exciting time for items.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for the feedback. It was really invaluable. We took some pretty big swings with the things that we tried to do in the season of Divine Intervention. And coming up on the changes to tempering, really, we were really happy with the kind of how we reframe tempering. Now it's a deterministic way to kind of customize your item. What we noticed is that there was a lack of excitement and emphasis. So one of the changes that we made in the PTR is that when you temper a ancestral item, you now have a chance for the tempered affix to crit and upgrade into a GA version of that affix, which is something that couldn't happen before, which is really, really cool. Kind of going down the line, for masterworking, we have two key changes that we wanted to make to the system. The first one is that quality wasn't quite doing a good enough job of kind of being the generally make your item better system. So now, in addition to increasing the base damage, armor, or resistance of your item, quality is also going to increase the affix values of your item. So generally, your numbers just go up when you quality an item. And we've also increased the threshold of quality to 25. So you'll be able to get a 25% boost to the base stat and the affixes on your item just by taking it through the quality phase of masterworking.
So at this point, quality more or less affects almost everything on an item.
Yeah, everything except for the legendary power or unique power on the item.
Right.
And then the second big change that we wanted to make to masterworking is with the masterworked affix. We call it the capstone. We tried to streamline the system, but we kind of went too far, and there was a little bit too, we took out too much of the optimization and kind of build expression from the system. So the masterwork affix, the capstone, it can once again stack with greater affixes. It's not mutually exclusive anymore. So you can really target the specific affix that you want to boost and kind of hyper optimize that. For sanctification, thank you for we were blown away by the feedback. The thing that we noticed pretty consistently is that we just kind of under-tuned it, right? It's a seasonal itemization feature. The amount of power that it needs to bring it has to be pretty high, and we were just a bit too conservative with where we landed. So we made a couple of changes to sanctification. The first one is that the indestructible outcome is just gone. It's been entirely replaced by a new outcome, and this new outcome adds bonus quality. So if this outcome happens, your item will get 5 to 25 quality added to it as a bonus. This stacks with the quality for masterworking. So there's that. Next up, change affix. This was one that we heard a lot of feedback on. So what we've done here is we've made it so that the change affix outcome can no longer occur on ancestral uniques or mythic unique items. So don't worry, your hypothetical Shaco with GA CDR that you are going to hit change affix on, and that can't happen anymore. So, and then lastly, we added some more stuff to the legendary pools in sanctification. First off, there were some things just missing, there were a bunch of offensive legendaries that were just missing. And second off, I don't want to spoil it, but I added some kind of crazy shit in there. So you guys can find it, and that's it. There's a couple other changes we made to base items to kind of go along with the revised item journey. We realized that players are going to be going through the crafting flows and sanctifying and going through a lot more items. So we wanted to make it a little bit easier for you to get multi-GA items. So what we've done is we've increased the chance for you to get 2, 3, and 4 GA items when an ancestral item drops. Right? And then lastly, on the itemization space, we wanted to make it a little bit easier for people to hit critical breakpoints with things like CDR. So we've added some of these affixes onto item slots that they weren't previously available before. That's it for the itemization stuff. One other important thing, kind of topic that I want to hit is toughness. We got a lot of great feedback on toughness, and kind of the thing that we want to make better with toughness is for you to understand where you need to be at and what is actually happening with your defenses. So we made a couple of changes to really just provide you with more information. First and foremost is we added in toughness to the item comparison. So like when you're comparing two pieces of armor, it'll actually tell you like how much your toughness is going to change by percentage amount. We added a bunch more information to the detailed stats pane for toughness. It'll tell you your effective DR per damage type and stuff like that now. And finally, in the difficulty selection screen, we added some minimum recommended toughness settings per torment tier. So you have like something to shoot for, an idea of where to shoot for, as you enter a new torment tier.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so a lot coming with itemization this season. I'm really excited for Sanctification. I feel like a lot of the feedback I was seeing was, even though it hasn't launched yet, is please don't take it out of the game. So not much we can do there, but definitely enjoy it for Season of Divine Intervention, that's for sure. But yeah, really exciting changes, and I'm pumped for the differences to tempering. That's going to be really, really, really nice heading into this next season.
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Okay. So next up, we do have some big changes coming to how we're going to move through the no longer season journey, now season rank. Aislinn.
Yes.
How are things changing next season?
Yeah, I
well,
noticed
we have
that.
three
The guy
broad
was
topics,
just talking
in my section
the
here
black
that I'm gonna be
shirt.
talking
Fucking,
through.
it was
The
like
first is
all over
actually
the fucking
just
place.
General
Like he's on
economy and
something.
leveling changes. I want to touch on a few things. So please clap.
That or he has ADHD really bad.
There's going to be, you're going to be able to teleport directly to the training grounds now. So that's great. Pretty awesome. And that's in addition to adding vendors to the training grounds that we did in PTR. So it's just a lot nicer quality of life. The second is that you're going to unlock all waypoints as long as you pick the appropriate campaign
It's probably
skill.
the,
so no more running around. You'll just be able to grab them immediately and
it's probably that
zap wherever you
Christmas
want.
spray shit. You put
And
it on
then
yourself.
the other economy and leveling thing we have is we took a big holistic look at Undercity rewards in general. So we found that they didn't feel like super focused when you went into the Undercity, and they also didn't feel like they were giving you appropriate loot at various points in the player journey. So we kind of just buffed the hell out of it. Like in general, like it's a lot better now. If you're low level and you go into the one that gives you experience, it will give you quite a bit more experience. Not 40 levels Maggot or Asmodan worth, but a good amount. And so I highly recommend you actually run your tributes. Like, they're super worth it now. They give you lots of great stuff. So go in there and try out the Undercity. It's going to be great. And, Andariel's going to be in there, too.
Yeah, I would encourage really anybody who hasn't played Undercity or gave it a shot one time when Vessel of Hatred launched and haven't played it since. We've changed so much. I mean, talk about all those tributes. We even added new tributes for Andariel specifically, and it's going to be way more rewarding. And just mechanically, it's been updated across the board. So if you haven't, and if you don't even know what it is, it's this really awesome time-based mode. I promise you, it's fun as hell. So definitely check it out. Yeah.
Do it. But yeah, moving on to season ranks, the new feature we added in the PTR. So we straight up just added 12 more Paragon points to the game that you get from that. So yeah, that's a thing now. They're going to be distributed in large and small clusters throughout the season rank system. It's also available on Eternal Renown as well. And then we also found that we were getting a lot of feedback about like, oh, hey, the capstone rewards from actually beating a capstone dungeon don't actually feel significant enough for like how it feels like it should be. And so we increased the number of skill points you get from capstone dungeons from 1 to 2. So that's a bigger burst now. And the caches you get from them that give you loot are just like way better as well. So highly encourage you to go try out the capstones pretty much as soon as you're capable of doing it, because it's going to be a huge burst of power for your character.
Yeah, you really, really feel it in your progression if you do a capstone early.
Yes, it's a big burst.
Yeah, people were saying that you can go through a capstone dungeon now at level 5 and fucking be OP.
From PTR, so there's going to be a lot of cool stuff in there, including Laurels, which is a new thing in the season rank system. Nifty little laurel wreath that goes on your character's nameplate, so you can show off how good at the game you are. And there's also a golden laurel you can get from beating the last season rank, which is going to be pretty hard this season. It's going to take a lot to beat the last season rank. So for all those people that have been saying like, oh, I wish there was like more, the game was asking me to do more things because I want to play more Diablo, there are objectives that are asking you to do quite a few things now in the final rank. So there's a lot of content there. Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like with Season of Witchcraft, like seeing everyone flying around with Dorian, like
oh yeah,
seeing that extra kind of peacock. Because now the pet of the year in the season will be rank 5. You beat rank 5.
The thing
I
is,
feel
people are
like the
bitching
lore will be
about
the new chase item to see.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
as you're in town, see people walking.
What
walking
I've
around with the
seen
gold
is
world
shit
will
like
be-
the
it'll be
big
pretty
major
Yeah, it's gonna be
fucking
great.
and I know like
people
there
that
was a lot of
stream
feedback,
it and
in
fucking
the
like
PTR
actually like
regarding
live on the game.
How long it takes
is
to defeat
the
the capstone boss. And I know
tower.
Yes.
You can go in, you can challenge the boss at any point.
Rob
you feel
or whatever
powerful
fuck his
enough.
name is. The
But
guy who
it's
pretty
nice
much
to
lives
hear
the
them
game
have,
pretty
like,
much.
kind of sped up that boss.
The tower,
to make them a
the
bit
health
faster, still very
potions,
challenging, but you can
a
complete
couple of
them
the
a bit more quickly, very
classes
similar to,
that
like,
they
Enduro
did, they
and
nerfed the shit out of.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they
yeah,
said
you're
there was
totally
not
right,
going
Marcus.
to
We,
nerf them
we wanted to make sure that when you're going
from
through
last
capstones,
season.
it's fairly snappy because it's going to be something that you're going to be doing, you know, season over season. So we don't want you to feel like you're stuck in a capstone dungeon. So they're going to hit you harder. And you know, really
It
test
wasn't
your build
really
to make
about
sure
all
that
they
you're
did is
actually
change
capable of
some of
beating
the,
them, but you're not going to be stuck
if
in
you're
the fights and stuck in the dungeon for too long. We also kind of realized that optional objectives didn't exactly vibe with the concept
the
of capstone
item
dungeons
that
too well. So now it's just,
what was it?
you know, it's
Fucking
just get to the end, do the thing, you're done, you get all your great stuff, and you're out of there. And we also did a pretty neat thematic pass on all the capstone dungeons. There's like new, well, not new tile sets, but, like,
fucking,
different tile sets.
the sorcerer.
In the capstones.
pretty much all they did is
and
just
it really
made a piece of
evoked
gear with the fucking
grim,
thing on
you
it.
know,
That's
like,
all they did.
The grim
Because
atmosphere
last,
of the Diablo
I think it was
franchise
last
somehow. So,
season.
pretty excited
I
for you
really
guys to
didn't play
check it
that
all out.
much.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, with the return of capstones, you know, it's something that we had previously in the game, and a lot of them were really iconic and exciting.
Not
things
just
like
that,
Cathedral of Light
the
and stuff
shield
like
and stuff
that.
they
So
they
getting
said
these
they
to kind of really
added
level up and be
and
that
shit.
same kind
It
of
was like
clear,
that already.
iconic place thematically is really cool. I'm super excited for people to see it.
Yeah. And I love the feeling like when you go to challenge a capstone dungeon, you're like, okay, I'm shooting the moon here. Like, we're gonna see if this works. Like, I might die. That's fine. But being able to do that at kind of any point, be like, okay, I'm gonna roll the dice. We're gonna gamble here and see how it works out. It's a fun feeling.
The thing
I
is,
like doing that and dying far too.
They asked for a lot of
so I'm
feedback
pumped that they're coming
about
back.
the
It's
game,
great.
right? Because they did the PTR.
Honestly, I
PTR.
love trying to see like
And
how low level, like
What,
trying to go in as low
what
level
I got
as
out of
possible.
it
Season
is
over season, I
the
will
stuff
definitely
that
be
they
like, maybe I could do the first
asked
one
for
at level
feedback on,
20, and I'll probably
like
be wrong.
bugs and all that
We'll
shit.
see.
Pretty much
I
they
just got that
said,
from
well,
Chat. Sare says, I
thank
want that
you,
sheep
but
sweater, so
no thank you.
fans of the sweater in chat. Speaking of sweaters, Owen's sweat levels, you starting to cut.
That's what Blizzard said.
Yeah, it's starting to brew. No.
They didn't
too
take
bad, but, yeah.
any of the feedback instead.
We all came in and we were
That
like,
you give
oh,
them.
we're all wearing cute sweaters, and then we were like, oh my god, it's gonna get so hot in here.
It's getting good. Yeah, there may or may not be some side bets in the production room as to when we start sweating. So.
We're getting 3-on-3 right now.
Not even just streamers.
Unreal.
A lot of people apparently since this came out been bitching about it.
Turn around a little bit
That's
here.
just streamers.
I feel like every
The
season
whole-
you've always
the
got
whole
a ton of
Diablo
feedback to
fucking
sift through.
franchise, pretty much.
This PTR was no different. You know, there was a lot of feedback around the Sork teleport changes that people seem to be extremely passionate about. Amongst changes to a bunch of other classes. So yeah, curious what's changed from the PTR.
Definitely, yeah. I'll talk about that. You know, the Sork teleport changes was probably one of the biggest points of feedback on class balance and class tuning that we got. Basically, we made some changes testing on PTR that made it a little harder for Sorks to really
the content
embrace that
creators
full teleport fantasy.
are doing what we're doing right now, watching the video
looked at rechanging
and
those
talking
around,
about it.
so that the
That's really what they do. They don't
you
sit
can
here
use
and
the
say
Oculus unique to really unlock this teleport build now. So made some adjustments. We still want you to be able to build into it and build into this like repeated chain teleporting kind of build, but it's going to really be empowered by the
No,
Oculus
that wasn't in there before.
Also on the topic of Sorcerer,
that's new.
In
It's supposed to help
the
your
previous
with
season,
your shield.
in Season of Infernal Chaos, we had
That's
Chaos
all new.
perks. And one of the most popular and kind of fan favorite ones there was the Mana Shield
The
Chaos perk, which
that's
converted
all
your,
that's all new.
mana
It's
pool
what
of
I
Sork
heard was
into
it's supposed
your
to help
health
you with
total.
your shield.
And so
but your
we
shield
said,
was
hey,
already
this
there
is really,
beforehand.
Really popular, really successful.
So
let's put it onto a
the
mythic
shield was
unique, the
fine,
Melted Heart of Selling,
but they're
which was
gonna-
already trying to do something similar. But now that we had this this alternative
Well, it
version of
wasn't
it
really
that we
supposed
know
to be
was really
strong.
successful,
So-
we decided to move it
and
in
Apple's
there.
blocked
On the
everything.
PTR, we tested that out, and of course, there's some wrinkles with that. It goes from being a sorcerer-specific power on Season of Infernal Chaos to now everybody can get it with this.
No,
mythic
the
unique.
resistance
And that
are-
caused,
resistance
a few
never
problems,
fucking really worked on
to
here.
put it lightly. Basically, there's a lot of effects in the game that say, you know, do something for every point of resource you have, or
Resistance on this
some
fucking game
modification
hardly
there.
ever
And
worked.
essentially, this would give you thousands and thousands of your resource, whether it be mana or fury or whatever per class. And that was problematic. So on a lot of the cases, we had to implement caps on them. Say, okay, this bonus only affects up to a certain amount of resource. And we have
well,
players
no.
did not like that. You guys did not like
You're
those
not
caps.
strong enough
They
to
were
fucking
kind of
your
shoehorned
permits
in
fucked.
a lot of different places, really just to make this one unique work. And also, we missed a few of them on the PTR. Oops. So some things were a little bit overpowered there. So instead, post PTR, we looked at the Melted Heart of Selig and retuned it a little bit. We still wanted to keep that fantasy of my resource goes up and my resource is my life total now. But we didn't want you to have literally tens of thousands of resource. So instead, it's going to simply double your resource pool. Still a lot of bonus. And then the damage that you're taking is going to be converted at a ratio down to your resource. So it's not going to be a straight 1-to-1 like it was previously, because that's why we needed to give you tens of thousands to kind of make it equivalent to your health pool. Now it'll convert at a ratio. You'll still be very tanky. It'll still convert
I think last month.
The damage to your resource as your life total, but it won't be breaking so many other aspects of the game. And of course, we've then removed all of those caps that we had implemented on the PTR across various legendaries and effects across every other class.
As a Sork main, I'm super excited, Oculus, to have teleport.
Yeah.
But also for everyone else who doesn't play Sork, they get to experience some of the cool stuff that we had in last season with the Melted Heart.
Maybe.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, I feel like you're telling me that if Melted Heart of Selig drops, I should be excited.
Yeah,
You probably
it's
took the fucking
gonna be a
vacation,
lot
like,
more
fuck
powerful
this
than
shit,
it
I'm
was,
out.
in previous seasons. It's still going to be a very tanky item, and you can still unlock some interesting synergies and interactions with that double-size mana pool because all those effects are uncapped. They were on PTR, they were capped, so now they're all uncapped. So it's still going to be a very powerful unique.
Oh yeah, dude.
Sort of speaking about the Chaos perks and Chaos armor from the previous season, we've definitely heard the feedback, and I felt it myself. Some builds definitely felt like they were kind of lacking because they really relied on some of those perks or armor in the past. I played a whole lot of Spiritborn last season, and I loved having both Rod of Kapaleke and Sepizantek, something you can't really do. Won't be able to do moving forward. I love breaking the game that way. And I think everyone here on the team has heard that feedback, and we really like the way that those systems interacted to kind of allow you to play new and interesting builds. We're going to be taking that feedback and looking for ways to reintegrate these types of effects and these design learnings around the Chaos perks and Chaos armor into future updates. And so, one example was that Melted Heart of Selig update, and we're going to continue to do that moving forward.
I think that's one of the fun reminders of why seasons can be so fun is that we can do these we can do some crazy shit and see what sticks and see what's fun. So it is really cool that Chaos armor did resound so well with players and that it made a ton of fun different build combinations. So and neat that we're looking at it into the future and it's a really cool spot.
Real quick, I also want to chime in of some other learnings from season 12. Season of Infernal Chaos. There we go. It was 10 anyway.
Season 10.
Right, yeah.
Numbers.
What do they mean? Yeah. One of the great things about the Season of Infernal Chaos was there were all these uniques that Charles was talking about. There was multiple avenues to collect those different uniques, and that's something that we wanted to carry through. We found that players didn't always enjoy just sitting in the boss layer, the layer boss game mode and just slaughtering Duriel on loop for 4 hours straight. So we carried that feedback into the Season of Divine Intervention, and we have a lot of different routes to collect these awesome mythics and uniques. And for example, if maybe I really want a unique that only Andariel on the lair boss drops, well, you can go into Undercity and kill Andariel, and she might drop it. And then if she doesn't, she'll drop a Corrupted Essence that you could then pick up and take to the Hawazar Overland event. And if you defeat Azmodan there, you can get another shot by cashing that in. So we want to allow players to sort of choose their own path to the loot that they're looking for. So we're not sort of locking you in any specific activity. And you want those cool uniques, go run the pit and get a bunch of Corrupted Essences from Belial, and Belial's loot pool is everything from the layer bosses, so you can get it that way, right? And it's really up to you to play the game the way you want to play.
Yeah, it's so nice having that variety too, because we've all been there where you start hitting the same boss over and over and over, and then you just start getting burnt out because you're like, God damn it, Duriel, come on. I know, you know what I want. You got to drop it. So having a few different avenues that just kind of keep it fresh and have some different ways to get those uniques is nice. Variety is the spice of life after all.
Indeed.
What else? Oh, please drop your questions in Twitch chat. I'm just going to keep reminding people throughout the stream. We are collecting your questions. Do drop those. And I know, for Charles too, he did touch on like definitely the highlights of the class balance changes that we got from PTR. But please do scan through the patch notes. They are 11,000 words, so they won't be hitting in all localizations immediately. We'll have them eventually, but the blog is out in all languages. So for any other nitty-gritty details, you can definitely go check those out there. Another thing we did take a big look at in the PTR this past season was the tower and leaderboards. It was really, really cool to see the arrival of leaderboards in Diablo 4. The tower was a really great experience where, you know, players could jump in. We had the chance to get a lot of feedback, do a lot of testing. Zavin, I know you were very busy with all the feedback you had for the players, and yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, just you know, 11,000 words. That's just for all this other stuff. It's thank you to everyone who's been playing the PTR. For people who didn't check it out, the tower and the leaderboard kind of feature is in the game in the beta format. It's something we haven't really done in the past, but the intention is this is a feature that we want to build with the community. We really want your feedback. It's something that we're committing to developing over a long period of time to put in the effort, to put in the work.
Okay, why does it
but
seem
also
like
make
when
sure
he's
that
talking,
it's being
his voice
done
is
in a
not
very
matching what his
responsible
lip's
way,
saying?
that is actually doing its job, highlighting the most
Have you noticed
masterful
that? Like
players
he's
of Diablo that we
like
have.
he's
It's actually
talking,
one of our
but
pillars is
or his
total
lip
Diablo
moving,
4
but
mastery.
it's not the right thing.
That is what this mode should be highlighting. So it's not just, you know, kind of the tank and spank kind of stuff that we've seen in the pit historically. We want to add as much depth to the player's decision making here as possible. And some of it is going to be a bit nuanced, and we anticipate it's going to be coming up more and more over time. But it kind of starts with this very stable starting point that we're trying to build with the tower. So again, thank you everyone for checking it out on the PTR. It will not be launching with the Season of Divine Intervention, however. The tower will remain locked. It will be coming back in the new year with patch 252. It's actually kind of just to make sure that we have some stability with the season launch, and then when the tower shows up, it's online and people are kind of ready to tackle it. But I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about some of the learnings that we've got. You know, this is still a beta, and we haven't really developed a feature like this openly with the community.
Yeah, I'm saying everybody else is fine, but when he's talking,
I think
like he's moving his lips and then the voice comes out like way later.
A different way that we're going to be talking about this, and we're going to be having a lot more kind of information dropping and discussions with the community over time. So look forward to that. But I kind of wanted to also take a little bit of time and just say, we know that the version that we have is kind of rough. That was the intention. We wanted to get eyes on it right away. We wanted to make sure that the version that we're committing to is the one that's right for the game, it's right for the community. So there's a couple big ticket kind of topics that we've seen, and I want to address a few of them. So one is fishing. If anyone ever played Greater Rifts in Diablo 3, yeah, it's a concept that kind of took over that mode a little bit.
The thing is,
it's really hard for us to battle.
It won't be changed till fucking they come back.
It's very easy for us to kind of
They're all going on vacation.
Turn off the capability to fish entirely. It's, you know, we just put a lever penalty or something on it.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that. We don't want to get ourselves
that's what
into a
I heard.
position
They're all going
or
like
the tower into a position where you
holiday
are
and
having
shit,
to
so
play and
no one's gonna
finish
be there
a
to do
bad
anything.
run, right? You messed up. You hit the wrong button. You know, something hit you when you didn't want it to. Whatever it is, we don't want you to feel compelled or required to have to finish the run. So we want to do everything we can to preserve your ability to say, you know what, no, that run's not going well for me. I don't want to finish this. So instead, the kind of idea is we want to remove as much of the severe outliers from the tower as possible. Owen talked a little bit, I think, right, about some of the stuff we were doing on the elite affixes side, but this is something we're looking at for everything. So, you know, there's a couple bosses that were, you know, misbehaving that we're looking at. They'll be taken away and spoken to. And someday they'll come back when they're doing better. But it's also kind of on the environmental side, right? Like the game has a ton of environments, a bunch of tile sets as we call them. And some of them are more conducive to kind of the blaster play and the kind of
people were
competitive
pissed
mode
about the
play than
tower because
others.
they promised
So we
it,
tried a bunch of them
and it's
out
not
kind of
coming in.
intentionally. And, you know, one of them that we tried out was our cave. Just the old reliable standard cave.
Yeah, they said it's not
caves
coming in
suck.
until
They're
the
terrible for
next
this.
patch.
They're out.
That's going to be
they're
way
out.
later.
They're not coming back until we actually solve the underlying issues with how do you make this, because they look
That's what he's
beautiful.
talking about
The
right
art
now.
is amazing. Our art teams did a fantastic job, but they're
That-
not the right
that's
things
literally
for
what
this.
he's-
So we want to
that's what he's
aim
talking about the tower right now.
consistency and make sure that the mode is fun and exciting and competitive over just cramming visual variety in it just for its own sake. So some of that stuff we're anticipating is going to help solve the fishing problem, but it's not going to be something we're going to solve in a day. We know it's going to take time, and we're committed to doing the work necessary to get it to that healthy place.
Well,
So
Battlefield
one of the
has
other
that
things
already.
is,
So
you know, when we say like total Diablo 4 mastery, it's not just your preparation, you know, getting your gear, your build in order, getting your tempers and stuff like that. It's not just that. It's also kind of the as you play. And a big part of Diablo 4 is you don't actually know exactly what's going to happen at all times. There's a huge degree of randomness and RNG. That
I've been
the
looking
best
at their
players
fucking
can just deal with,
thing.
no matter what. No matter what the game throws at them, they can deal with it. So we want to preserve that as much as possible. And there's other things like navigation in the environment and things like that that are other facets of skill
I know.
expression. for the
I'm in
player.
their Discord.
So all this comes down to
and
something
shit,
as simple
so I
as
know.
progress orbs. So as you're playing through the tower and you kill elites, or if you're
People
lucky
are still
enough to
bitching
find
about
a
the phantom
goblin,
bullets, so
they'll
they
drop
still haven't
orbs,
fixed that.
as you murder them. And those orbs will drop on the floor, and you need to go and pick them up. And a big part of this is when it drops, your ability to navigate to that space, not get hit by whatever thing the elites are throwing at you or whatever, is again another facet of skill expression in the game. But we do recognize that in some cases, you know, you kill a guy and he drops the orb 7 miles the other direction going backwards, and it just sucks. So there are things that we're trying to do to have them drop
No,
a
the
little
guy already
smarter,
did.
to have
The
them
permers-
drop
the
kind of
top is
towards
permers
the
with the
flow of
resistance
play
now.
and towards the player who did the killing blow. So they still have to pick it up. They still
There's
have to
probably
deal with
still
kind of the
some
navigation
resistance, but
of the world
mostly
and, you know, all the
it's their
hazards
toughest
and
now.
stuff that are in play from the elites and stuff like that. But it's not
Well,
like,
I understood.
oh, I have to backtrack in this dungeon to pick up the orb. This is something we can fine tune. We intend to fine tune as time goes on. But again, it's little things like that that we want to make sure we're listening.
That's
to
why
you
they
guys,
took
that
it.
we
That's
are
why they took
building
it
this
out in the
mode
first
in
place.
service to you guys
Because
to have
fucking
that awesome
Toughest
competitive
was garbage.
environment. Which is
Nobody
kind of the
liked
last
it.
big
Because then they
topic,
put
I
the
guess,
resistance
is
shit back in
a lot
there,
of people noticed,
and
hey,
everybody
this thing's
came back.
really similar to the pit. And it's like, yeah, it totally is. And so one of the other kind of pillars that we've got is you know, what we've called only in Diablo 4. So both modes share a lot of DNA with rifts and greater rifts from Diablo 3. And so they're very similar right now. But one of the reasons for that is the pit has been kind of a surrogate competitive mode because we haven't had something like the tower. So going forward, what we're actually looking to do is not just differentiate the pit, from the tower from where the pit is at, but also the pit as well. Both modes we feel need to kind of move away from where they are to be the best versions of themselves. Players deserve to have a really awesome end game grinding mode like the pit, and they deserve to have a really awesome, stable,
About
competitive mode
probably 10 more
like
minutes.
the tower. And there should be no compromise over which one wins if we're making one mode, right? So fuck it, let's make two. And we'll make one for the people who want to do leaderboard climbing, and we'll make one for the people that want to be grinding the end game. And both modes can be the best version of themselves, but that's going to take time, right? And so Tower is going to start very similar because it's starting at the same foundation, and over time it'll kind of change, it'll morph, it'll be its own thing, and the pit will suddenly have all this space that's freed up to occupy. It doesn't have to be kind of this pseudo competitive mode anymore. It can just be whatever it needs to be. It can be as crazy as we want. So exciting. I'm excited. Look forward to more information on that again in the new year. And you know, I hope to see everyone on the leaderboards with 252.
Hell yeah. And other thing to note for the people at home, you will not see patch notes for the tower, although we did make a huge suite of changes following feedback from the PTR, so expect that for patch 252, where we'll give you more updates related to, you know, some feedback we got around like pylons and things of that nature. Boss health, yeah. So no, Zavin, that's fantastic. Like, I know, we got so much feedback related to
Scam.
how much the pit and the tower do feel very similar.
Scam, probably.
But for the people at home too, check out the blog because we do have a bit of an outline of how we are going to develop this. It's going to be in different stages, so your feedback will be critical as we develop this in tandem with you, just like Zavin said. So please keep giving us your feedback because this will help shape the mode to make something that's competitive and challenging and exciting, and something that you'll enjoy for a long, long time, which is awesome. So I hope you've been dropping your questions in chat because we will be heading over to Q&A. So I know we do there's a few burning questions that I feel like are on the top of everyone's mind, and we are going to kick it off with one question that we've definitely seen throughout, and that is, will Chaos Armor be coming back?
Yeah, I can start this off, and everyone else can feel free to join in as well. Right? I mean, Season of Infernal Chaos was like definitely one of our most successful seasons in terms of seasonal theme. Chaos Armor, people loved Chaos Armor. Everyone did. Players, devs, everyone loved Chaos Armor. And the Chaos perks as well. They really enabled a lot of interesting builds kind of taken together.
Perks.
And we're definitely committed to like taking those learnings and applying them
That's
as
what I
we
said.
make future updates.
Not,
I mean,
he's like everybody, not everybody.
And how that was inspired by the Mana Shield Chaos perk. And I think everyone on the team here is really passionate about saying, hey, Chaos Armor was a resounding success. Let's take those learnings and apply them to our future updates. Right? We have seasonal itemization, with Sanctification, as Art discussed here. And that's our itemization system for the season here of Season of Divine Intervention. And it's definitely, we're looking at the lessons learned from Chaos Armor and thinking about where is the best way to bring back that build crafting, that variety, that chase? How do we best bring that back? Because just saying, oh, Chaos Armor just is now permanently part of the game comes with its own set of problems. And we want to make sure that we take the time to take the best parts of it and incorporate it in the game the right way.
Yeah. Chaos Armor was definitely designed as a seasonal mechanic, the first, right? Like, it was very powerful, and intentionally so, because we knew that it was going to be going away after the season was over. So totally agree, Charles, in the sense that, like, if we just were like, oh, actually it's staying, there would be big problems. And I think we'd all find, oh, wait, this isn't just sunshine and rainbows. There are definitely a lot of really amazing things about it. And, Charles, like you were saying, we all really love it here. Mm-hmm. So I think you'll see its DNA in the future.
Yeah, Chaos Armor was chaos for sure, and it definitely meant to be a flash in the pan and not something you'd have to, tune around for seasons and seasons to come. So
I think Class Team would hate us if we did
that. Sorry, Merry Christmas. Awesome. Okay, so jumping into some questions from Twitch chat. First up, we've got Mippy. The patch notes say that base monster health is being increased. Does this also mean pit bosses?
Yeah, I can take that. No. Pit boss health is going to remain the same. They operate on different scalars, so it's referring to monsters, just regular monsters, not even elites or champions. They operate on their own thing. So, no, pit boss health will be the same as it always been.
Regular monsters, as in just like non-elites, non-bosses, just the little babies.
The trash that y'all mow down.
Yeah.
The trash packs. Awesome. Cool. Never Justice. Cool stuff. Love the new mode. Does it yield any loot though, or just leaderboard focus mode? I believe this is in reference to the tower.
Yeah. So sorry, what was the name?
The name was Never Justice.
Never Justice. All right. Thank you, Never Justice. When it launches with 252, there's not going to be a reward layer or anything like that. Part of this is making sure that if we're going to attach cool stuff to this mode, it better be stable. The community needs to accept it. They need to look at it and say, like, that is a competitive mode that has integrity, that has competitive integrity. And we just want to be really mindful that, again, this is something new that we're doing. We're launching this with a beta tag, that we're not going to be putting ourselves and putting the player in this position where they feel like, oh, I have to cheese this thing, or I found an exploit or whatever. We really are being really careful to make sure we don't endanger all the other cool stuff that we've got in the Season of Divine Intervention with this. That being said, the plan is eventually 2 tracks of rewards. One for people that want to kind of compete against themselves. What is the best I've done in the tower? And then another one for people who are really focused on the leaderboard, right? How far have I risen above others in the leaderboard? And then making sure that both these kinds of groups of players are rewarded for their effort. Functional rewards like items and gear and things like that, currencies, but also cosmetics. And we'll have more detail on this kind of in the coming year, but look forward to it. And again, we really want your feedback on this stuff.
Absolutely. And one other tidbit of info I do want to include is that your access to the tower will be through the season rank system. So I believe it's rank 3 that you need to complete that gives you access to the tower.
I think it's ranked 2.
Rank 2. Okay. So complete rank 2 before early next year, which I'm sure you'll do. But that is the key piece of info. So
one quick thing to add, besides the reward track, just to answer the question at a fundamental level, the monsters inside the tower don't drop loot.
But they do give XP. You're always paid for your time.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about the personal reward track. I'm looking forward to it because I don't think I'm going to be a Giga gamer and getting to the top ranks, but at least I can get something for climbing. That'd be good.
As a filthy casual myself, it's nice to have stuff for the rest of us. That's for
sweaty.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sweating right now.
See the rest of you on the hardcore board.
The hard
fighting words out.
Yeah, seriously.
Durka Utka at Diablo, is Azmodan in the game forever, or is he just for this season?
Yeah, I can take that one. Azmodan and his 2 nipple rings are here to stay. So
bam, bam.
Both of them?
So, believe it or not, new cosmetic coming soon. No, just kidding. So to be specific about it, Azmodan as the world boss will stay in the rotation moving forward. So all lesser evils will be in the game. You can kill them all for all the seasons to come. Specifically, the How Is Our event, where you interact with the shrines and you trade in the corrupted essences and that sort of stuff. That's seasonal only. But as in a world boss will be an eternal and around forever.
Azmodan, stand, baby. I love it.
Nice. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a cute face.
Yeah.
Oh.
Scroll down. Oh,
I just want to squish those cheeks.
Iggy_101. As an odd question, there's no odd questions. What happens to new players who play the seasonal realm now? Do they get these skill Paragon points through the seasonal rank, but then if they go to Eternal, do they have to do the Renown over on Eternal? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So they're actually linked. So if you go onto the seasonal realm and you earn your progression in the seasonal realm, you will actually also earn it in the Eternal realm. So if you get those skill points, if you get those Paragon points, it will unlock in the Eternal realm as well. It will not carry over if you get them in the Eternal realm and go to the seasonal realm though. So you still have to re-earn the seasonal stuff.
Hell yeah. Why So Blue Panda Bear? Do the new cosmetic titles, like the final Golden Laurel, one you just mentioned, do they last just during the season, or is it permanent? And is that a character-wide unlock, or is it only for the one that you completed that season rank on?
Yeah, so the Golden Laurels, the Gilded Laurels, those will be seasonal only. So you can show everyone in the world how amazing your seasonal characters are for that season, but you will have to go into a new season and earn the new Gilded Laurels in the new seasons that come. So you're gonna have to grind all over again, be a sweaty nerd. You know, we love that stuff over here. And I believe that it is account-wide. So if you get it on one character, basically your account for that season is gilded, Gilded Laurels at that point. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
All right. The Dude Thor, at Diablo, how long after launch will the tower and leaderboards release? For many people, that's the main feature we're interested in. As we mentioned, that'll be hitting early 2020.
Okay, I just got 20 people following me. Okay. Sorry about the audio. All right. Thanks for all the follows. Holy shit. All right. Thanks for all the follows. Holy shit. Okay, back to the video we go.
Christmas, it can be good, it can be bad.
Oh, there we go.
And I know that leaderboards in the tower is definitely something that will be much better to chew on post-holidays. So, yeah, early January. Okay. Cody 4PF. Can we reduce teleport enchant cooldown with CDR or evade cooldown reduction?
I don't recall that off the top of my head.
That is a very specific question.
Very specific question. Definitely take a look at the patch notes. This is one of those caught in the 11,000 words of the patch notes. Definitely go and check that out. It'll have all the details in there.
Unreal. Yep. Dirk, we already got a question from Dirk. I'm sorry, Dirk. We did answer one of your questions already. Therid, what is meant with the damage drastically reduced in the new Melted Heart of Selig tooltip?
Yeah, so I kind of alluded to it a little bit there. Previous version of Mana Shield, the Chaos perk from the previous season, converted damage at a 1-to-1 ratio. If you used to take 100 damage, that your life would go down by 100. Instead, your mana would go down by 100. Now that's been, there's now a conversion ratio where if you would take 100 damage, it doesn't do 100 mana damage. It does a much smaller amount. It does, I don't know the exact number of the conversion off the top of my head as well, but basically it'll do less than that amount. So it functionally provides a damage reduction in a way, and so the goal here is that it is still a very good tanky item. Even though it's only doubling your mana pool, it's not giving you tens of thousands, it'll feel approximately as tanky as you would have been if you had had that much and it was the 1-to-1 conversion.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mythic item, so like the conversion is going to be very powerful for your defense.
Okay. We've been getting a lot of questions in chat, but this one specifically from Anchor Ruin. Why the 2-day delay? Is every next season going to start Thursday instead of the standard Tuesday? We'll let you know when the next season comes out, but for this season, we're just starting on a Thursday. And it's going to be 8:30 p.m. when it starts to roll out. So stay tuned for that. I know it'll be different for us. We'll be up a little bit later, but the nice thing is across the world, it'll be hitting at different times, so maybe it's a nicer time for someone in a different part of the world. So there you go.
I'm going to be up way too late.
Yeah, it's gonna be a late one. It's gonna be a late one. But hey, everything will be smooth and it'll be like night by 10 o'clock. So yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be another in the weeds number one. So this will be a challenge to answer on the fly. Exiabit, how much resistance and armor rating is needed to be on par with Cap in season 10? I have no idea how to plan my character with the changes to defense.
I'll take that one. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we added recommended toughness values to the difficulty selection screen. So like when you're choosing a Torment 1, Torment 2, Torment 3, Torment 4, in that tooltip, we'll say, we'll give you a recommended toughness value to shoot for. And that should be a level of defensive mitigation that should make you feel comfortable enough to start playing in that Torment tier. You can think of this as analogous to hitting Cap in the previous system, but even if you really remember, like even if you capped armor and resistance in the old system, you could still get one tapped. So I think the new recommended toughness values are actually a little bit more reliable of a way to tell you you must be this tall to be in this difficulty tier than the old capped system.
Yeah.
You must be this tough to jump on this roller coaster. Yeah, I love it. Question from Oh My God, Get Good. Question Question for devs. How are you going to ensure the leaderboards are fair?
Yeah. So, I think when it comes to fairness, we have sort of limited tools with what we have in the game today, I think, to get what people are really hoping for. Which is a way to measure players of their own effort against other people. So it's not going to happen in a season of Divine Intervention, and we don't actually have a specific date to talk about right now, but we have talked about looking at what does a mode like Solo Self-Found look like in Diablo 4. And we're going to have to figure that out. It's not a one-to-one conversion between any other game that's ever done this. In Diablo 4, we have our shared open world as just like a big difference, right? So we have to kind of sort a lot more complex situations. But it is something we're committed to doing. So that will eventually be coming online. And when it does, we think that should go a long way to kind of ensuring that there's a lot of integrity and fairness in the leaderboards. The other part of this is balance, right? Making sure that the various classes, they at least have some degree of parity, and that the results from the tower have some parity, right? There's not just a trash tier run that is possible because you got the worst environments, the worst monsters, the worst pylons, and the worst boss and things like that. So that's something that's going to be massaged kind of over time. Monsters, you know, we've got our combat up to snuff now, I think, with the latest work done by our wonderful encounters team. And then classes is kind of this ongoing thing, right? We always have new class powers and things like that we're talking about, and that will be a moving target. But with everything else, we're hoping that we get a lot of stability, and that should ensure a huge degree of fairness to the leaderboards over time.
I still play.
Yeah, and like we said, it's going to be an iterative mode. We're going to keep tweaking it season over season, so that feedback is critical. And like you said, Davin, those bosses that we had temporarily are going to be in the old cave dungeon, tucked away for a little bit.
Dares,
they get to go together.
I'm probably going to start playing.
Straight to jail, straight to cave
that
dungeon.
game I sent you.
Awesome. Make America Skate Again. Question. From the new season rank feature, will you be able to gather all the skill points, not Paragon, just all the skill points by the time you're level 60?
It's supposed to be...
Yes, you should be able to.
What I understood is it's supposed to be like a big...
how quickly you choose to pursue the objectives, but it is theoretically
It's
possible.
supposed to be good and hard at the same time. I don't know how you explain it.
Of like what objectives you're focusing on.
So
you might get 1 or 2 skill points after you're level 60, but if you're specifically gunning for them, yeah, absolutely.
Unreal. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. That brings us to the end of Q&A.
Instead of fucking
those are some
buying a
fantastic
server,
questions. Thank you to everyone for being here. Thankfully, I don't know. Oh, and it hasn't gotten too hot. It's been okay. It's been okay. Haven't gotten too sweaty. So thank you all for tuning in and watching. For Season of Divine Intervention, we will have a reliquary that will be coming out, which you can go and check out. For everyone who's interested in the new season, our blog and patch notes are live.
And then back to the game.
The patch notes are 11,000 words. The blog is quite long as well, so you've got a lot to read and catch up on over the next little bit.
Frankly, the patch notes scare me. There's a lot.
They're big. They're big. Control F won't save you this time. They're substantial. They're very substantial. But yeah, we've got tons hitting with the new season. Like I mentioned, we've got those reliquary rewards that are going to be hitting, and then we've got our new seasonal pet. You can reach rank 5 to earn this lovely, beautiful bird, who I believe his name is Electa.
I know, I do too.
As you can go and grab that from rank 5. We also, for the next season, just a brief overview, we have Sanctification that's going to be specific to Season of Divine Intervention. Hadriel's back with the Divine Gifts. And then we will have those new seasonal ranks and capstone dungeons for you to go out and conquer to get those seasonal rewards. To sum all of that up, we've got this excellent infographic that has all the information you might need. This will live on the blog as well, and we'll have this in all languages.
Okay. Oh, uh-oh. Whoopsie daisy. Oh God, look who shows up. Why are you being so mean? The hell did I do to you? He comes in and then leaves like a little bitch. Oh, lovely. I need another one then, huh? Okie dokie.
Why she's buying something in now? I'll wait until tomorrow.
No, I said I will do it here in like probably a couple days. Oh my god, get the fuck out of here already. You just come in and be annoying. Good. Now stay out of here. What the hell? Why is my power rig down now? Oh, that's why. There. There we go. Alright, time to cut down some trees. I'm cutting down some trees. And some leaves. Alright. That should be enough to run everything. Probably looking at shit. Good. Good. Really good. Good. Aww. What is going on here? Oh. Well, this fucking thing's not working right for me. I'm trying to figure out what was going on. But I figured it out. There. Got that, okay.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Okay.
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort
up?
for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as AWESOME.
I have no clue
Your
what the fuck
awesome
he's in.
input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards and currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the awesome resource sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the Awesome Shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
What are these for? Nice. Okay. Oh, fuck. That sucks. Okay, then. Nothing, I'm just saying okay then. finishing up here, and then I offer. I told him that we can go play something. He's like what? I was like, whatever you feel like, what you feel up to, but you never mentioned that yet.
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note, humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry, such as walking, striking.
Alright. I'm gonna head out of here. Thanks for everybody who followed and actually showed up. I appreciate that 20 follow I got. Tomorrow I should be here again. Maybe on a later time, I'm not sure yet. But we will be playing Scrap Mechanics or this again. It's one of those two. So, I'll catch everybody later. Thanks again. I appreciate everything you've done. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.